Each little section of the building is its own little ecosystem. Yeah. I think Patrick wanted the AC.
Sure.
I know. Don't you want to have one of these?
I was like, hi, it's good to see you. All right.
Come in here.
I know, I know.
This is painful. Painful.
Good afternoon. This is the Town of Hempstead Board of Appeals, April 22nd, 2 p.m. meeting. Mr. Chairman, do you have any opening remarks?
Is there anyone here who's not familiar with the manner in which we conduct our hearings? Anyone who has not been, I knew there'd be somebody. Okay, so the way we conduct the hearings are as follows. First, we give a priority to adjournments. We'll call those first. If there are any adjournments, we'll take those cases. And then if there are renewals, we will take those second. I don't believe there are any renewals on this afternoon, so we'll get into the calendar. The hearings themselves are conducted in the following manner. The applicant is given the opportunity to present the case. If there are any people here who object to the relief sought, they'll be given the opportunity to voice their concerns. And finally, we have the applicant sum up, then we close the case. During the hearings, we will accept just about any evidence if it's reasonable. We're not restricted by the formal rules of evidence. It's not a court of law. It's an administrative body. So we'll take almost anything that's pertinent to the application. However, once we close the hearings, there will be no additional evidence that we will accept. The proceedings are videotaped. They're archived. You can refer to them in the future. We have a court reporter here. We would ask that if you're going to get into a discussion, please don't try to speak over someone else. She can only take down testimony from one person at a time. All right. I don't think there's anything else that I feel is germane to the issue, so let's move on.
Mr. Chairman, we do have one case on for adjournment this afternoon, case 21926, Elmont S&M Capital Holdings, LLC, formerly known as 76 Gotham Avenue.
Anyone here on that case? Come up, sir. Have a seat. Name and address for the record.
Joshua Herman, 685 Hempstead Turnpike, Franklin Square, New York.
And you are here for?
For Jay-Z Architecture.
Okay, so you're representing the applicant and you're requesting an adjournment. Defective mailing? Patrick?
Mr. Chairman, June 3rd.
2 p.m.?
2 p.m.
Okay.
The new mailing dates will be
June
May
3rd, 2 p.m.
May 7th to May 14th.
Let him get a pen out.
June 3rd, 2 p.m.
Correct. I don't need to sign.
That's a use.
So the new mailing window is May 7th through May 14th.
Thank you.
Okay. That's it, unless you'd like to add something, which I doubt. Good.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Is an attorney going to present the case when it comes back?
I'm not sure. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Is that, why do you ask that question, Mr. Pellegrini? Just because it's a use variance? Okay,
Okay, next, Mr. Chairman, we do have, there's a case on the adjournment calendar that is in correlation with the next case, so I was calling them together. Case 21726, Belmore, Samantha Morrow, variance side yards aggregate, maintained second-story deck and stairs, all attached to dwelling, also known as 2816 Len Drive, as well as case 10326, Belmore, Samantha Morrow, variance front yard average setback, construct portico with stoop and two-story addition, both attached to dwelling, also known as 2816 Len Drive. Sir? Please stand. Swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God. Please take a seat, state your name and address for the record.
Gennaro Cozzolino, 2125 Deer Park Avenue, Deer Park, New York, 11729. Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Gennaro Cozzolino, representing the homeowner Samantha Morrow, residing at 2816 Len Drive, Belmore, also known as Section 63, Block 274, Lot 49, located in the Residence B zone.
Could you speak a little louder for somebody?
Sure. We are requesting relief from the board to construct a 3x7 two-story front addition vestibule with a portico. Proposed additions require variance for front yard setback, requesting to build at 28 feet to the addition and 25 feet to the portico instead of the permitted front yard average of 30.8 feet, a difference of 2.8 feet and 5.8 feet respectively. Also variance to maintain a second-story deck with stairs to grade. Variance is required for side yard aggregate. Requesting, yes.
Sorry to interrupt you. I'm sitting here trying to figure out, you're talking about, all I have on my calendar,
no, you don't.
this is what you gave me, this one.
Just a minute.
No, Sophie gave me the wrong one. That's why I was like, all I have is a deck, not an addition.
There are two cases.
Thank you.
That's the second
Can I have
part
the
of it.
papers for that case?
Go ahead, Mr.
Go
Castellino.
ahead.
Variance required for side yard aggregate, requesting to maintain 11.7 feet from permitted 15 feet, a difference of 3.3 feet. The proposed and existing structures comply with all other zoning requirements. The proposed addition will have no significant impact to the environment, will not affect any of the adjacent properties, and will fit in with the character and nature of the neighborhood.
Over here. I hate it, we can never see the case.
I believe that concludes.
That is it, yes, thank you.
No. Would your client agree to a condition that the portico not be enclosed?
Absolutely.
I thought he might. She might.
She might.
Any other
No.
The stairs are in the rear of the building?
Stairs in the rear of the building, yes.
Right.
So why is that a rear yard variance? Why is that a variance?
Who knows
It's
what
side
he
yard
will-
aggregate.
Who knows what even lurks in the minds of?
This stairs.
It's not before us.
Second story deck and stairs.
Front. Somebody's still looking at the wrong end, Joe. It's on the top.
Thank you.
I'm not following you anymore.
That concludes your case, Mr. Cozzolino.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Move the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on decision calendar. Mr. Cozzolino, you'll be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's rendered.
Thank you so much.
All in favor?
Check the case numbers.
Please let the record reflect the fact that I'm accused on this case.
103?
Okay.
Yes.
Katura.
Got it.
Next, we have case 21826, near Island Park, 1146 Bayport Court. Variance rear yard, maintained 4-bay garage, waive off-street parking and insufficient maneuvering aisle, tandem parking, offices, and public garage. also known as 5000 Long Beach Road. Swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the true self you got? I do. Please take a seat and state your name and address for the record.
Good afternoon, members of the board. William Benesso for Chili Deegan Tirana, 333 Earl Ovington Boulevard, Uniondale, New York. Here on behalf of the applicant, 1146 Bayport Corp. The applicant is the owner of the premises known as 5000 Long Beach Road in the unincorporated portion of Island Park. Seated behind me in the first row is Mr. Joe DeFigueroa. He is the principal of 1146 Bayport Corp. The application before the board today is for variances to permit the legalization and maintenance of a automotive repair and auto body repair operation that is occurring at the premises. This matter has already gone before the Town of Hempstead Town Board for a special exception for this use. That special exception has been approved. But the declaration of restrictive covenants have not been. Yes, I call it the town board, Mr. Pellegrini. I thought so. The town board has approved this, but a declaration of restrictive covenants, although prepared and reviewed, has not been recorded yet, because the town attorney's office felt that it should be held until this board hears the variance applications in the event that additional conditions need to be imposed. That said, they were fine with the declaration, and I'll get into some of the things that the declaration has in it. The relief, this is a site that is situated on the north side of Long Beach Road, just west of Latimus Avenue. It is a business zone property. It is adjacent to the Long Island Railroad tracks, and behind it are industrially zoned properties. To its east is a business zoned property, and then all along both sides of Long Beach Road are commercial and industrial uses. So this is a very industrial area. You do have a couple of residences once you go across the railroad tracks on Nassau Lane, and on Long Beach Road, but that's west of the, west of the railroad tracks. To the set, yes.
I'm trying to picture where this is, because when you characterize as mostly industrial, I know there's one industrial area there. Can you just give me an idea what, for example, I mean, I know where Alabama is. What's the name of the business, or what would it look like to me when I'm driving by?
There's a small building on the front of the property. Then there's a gate that closes at the close of business. And then as you head into the property, as you extend back, there are two buildings with service bays in them. Does it have a name? 360 Auto is the tenant's name that is presently there. It is just west of that. There's a motel. Let me.
Yeah.
The Plantation Motel.
Miss Adams has given me the what do you call it? Google Earth. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And so I see where it is. Go ahead.
Yeah. And as I said, it's adjacent to the railroad tracks that are running in this location, north and south. So as indicated, it's been approved by the town board for the special exception. It needs some relief from the zoning board, specifically a rear yard setback variance for the existing building. There's a 10-foot rear yard setback requirement that is not complied with. They need a parking variance. They have 4 parking spaces provided that are tandem. However, based upon the maneuvering aisles, that being insufficient, which is the third form of relief, the board, it's it's considered a full waiver of parking. 11 parking spaces are required. They have 4 parking spaces, but because of the substandard maneuvering aisle, it's considered a full waiver. That being said, the area, particularly Sherman Road, has substantial available parking. The employees typically park on the street down Sherman Avenue or Sherman Road, and there has not been a problem with having using the street parking in the area for the needs of the employees.
If you said it, Mr. Bonesso, I apologize. What exactly is the business? I know it has a 4-bay garage.
It's an automotive repair and auto body repair, but no painting. They were not approved for painting. There's no paint booth on the site. It's just auto body and automotive.
How do you do auto body without painting?
They don't do painting. They farm it out for that.
So they have 4 bays in which to put the cars that are being repaired.
Mm-hmm.
Do
Correct.
we have some idea of how many cars they are? We have a few of these on Long Beach Road, or I mean on Austin Boulevard, that are kind of problematic because they park crashed cars all on the street. They park on the sidewalks with their little tags in the windows.
The only problem that was identified regarding this property back before the town board was that when vehicles were offloaded by tow trucks, if they could not pull into the site behind the gate, they were stopping on Long Beach Road and taking unloading the vehicle there. We have addressed that by agreeing to a condition, and it's imposed in the restrictive covenant, that in the event that they cannot do the unloading of vehicles on the property, they are to use Sherman Road, which on the west side of Sherman Road, there are no parking restrictions or anything like that. A truck can pull up over there, they can unload a vehicle, and then it can be moved into the onto the site when there's room to move it onto the site.
Well, how are they going to move it if it's crashed or?
Well, they would have it there, but then they would bring it in once they had the room where they could pull in and deliver it there.
Okay, so how many, if to the extent you know, they have a 4-bay garage. Like I said, some of the places, like I see 1 or 2 that have 1 or 2 bays, and they've got 12 cars parked, and it not only is really unsightly, it can be dangerous, like the tow truck example.
Right.
It's unsightly, and it also takes up, again, the parking variance is, okay, the calculation says we need 4 parking spots for customers to come in and get a quote, whatever
No,
it
it
is.
needs 11. It needs 11
Okay, so
total.
11.
Yeah.
We need 11 parking spots. That's for customers to come in. So,
Well, that's for customers and employees.
okay, but my point being is when they park crashed cars or broken down cars in those spots, it's not just unsightly and all that. It also is taking up any parking for a customer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what do we envision if there's 4 stalls? What does that translate to? How many cars needing work are going to be on the lot, on the side streets, on the street?
None on the
parking?
side streets. Again, there's, and I'll read you the associated restrictive covenants. They will not store vehicles outside of their gates. They will either be stored in the building overnight, or they will be kept in front of the building overnight if they are either waiting to be repaired or serviced, or they're waiting to be picked up.
And outside the gate. I mean,
Outside the gates, there'll be no vehicles parked, neither vehicles waiting to be serviced or tow trucks.
so if the area inside the gates is entirely taken up by stored vehicles, I agree with all their cars being in the gates, so then I guess we assume that the customer who comes by to see if they can get work done in their car, there's enough street parking for a customer to, and I guess the employees can put their cars on the street.
Yeah,
So
there's,
the covenants include no
let me
putting.
read you the pertinent covenants.
Thank you.
So first of all, hours of operation, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., No automotive servicing or repair work done on Sundays. All automotive servicing and repairs will occur only within the confines of the building service bays within the buildings at the premises depicted in the above referenced plans. No repairs or maintenance of vehicles will occur on any other portion of the premises. Storage of vehicles and parking of delivery vehicles and tow trucks shall only occur on the premises and not on any of the local roadways adjacent to or nearby the premises. Vehicles stored overnight on the premises awaiting repairs or pickup by customers shall only be located on the inside of the gates situated at the front of the premises. The gates shall be maintained in a closed and locked position except during the above referenced hours of operation of the facility. If delivery vehicles and tow trucks cannot unload vehicles on the premises, they are to use the westerly side of Sherman Road, where there are no parking or stopping restrictions, to unload vehicles for servicing and repairs on the premises. Long Beach Road shall not be used to unload vehicles. In any event, no vehicles will be left on Sherman Road, overnight.
And there's nothing, so nothing here references front yard. So along with all of this, no cars will be parked or stored in the front yard setback on the property. So
Right.
if I'm driving, because that's, we have a mess, all the front yard setbacks are
Right,
full.
and yeah,
are
and they
awesome,
would
and
accept
it's,
a condition to that effect.
on the corners, it's a significant hazard. So the idea is everything's within the premises, the work is within the building, all the vehicles are within the premises, behind the gates, and none of any of that is in any of the front yard setbacks or the side yards, because the only variance being the rear yard, and that's, the rear yard variance is related to the structure itself, right?
Correct. And it's important to note that this property, going back to the Nassau County property records, since 1949, it's been used as an auto service garage. This has been a location that activities like this has occurred here for a long time. It is my client who has, is the first person to come along and actually legalize it. So they have come in and gotten their approval from the town board, and with the relief requested from the zoning board, they'll be able to get certificates of occupancy. And as I said, the restrictive covenants that I've just read are prepared but not yet adopted, and if the board sees fit to impose any conditions other than the ones I've just mentioned, my client is prepared to accept them, and we will incorporate them into the restrictive covenants for review by the town attorney's office.
Mr. Vanessa, one last thing I forgot to write down, just for the decision. What is the parking requirement? I know it's a full waiver because of the tandem issue, but
Right.
what is the full requirement? In other words, what is the variance you're asking for?
The parking requirement is 11 spaces. There are 4 tandem spaces on site,
But we
albeit.
can't even give enough,
Right.
we can't even make those four countable spots because
Right.
tandem doesn't,
Those are the-
it's not front yard or something.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Nassau County Planning Commission has recommended local determination. That's our direct presentation.
All right. There's no one else.
Oh, I'm sorry, there is one thing. I noticed in the folder that there's an anonymous objection to the application. They basically assert that it's a residential area, and if this is permitted, and that there's activities between midnight and 6 a.m. and revving vehicles. I don't know what that person is referring to, because the hours of operation are, as I stated, there's no activity occurring before 6 a.m. on the site. So if they're hearing revving vehicles, they're occurring somewhere else. But our conditions and our hours of operation, which we include in the restrictive covenants, would prevent what that person is expressing concern about.
You said 6. I had down Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturday, 8 to 5. Did I write it wrong?
No, that's correct. But the person on the who wrote in anonymously said that there was noise and vehicles revving between midnight and 6 a.m.
Yeah, and then okay. Okay, I see the one you're referring to, I guess. Yeah. All right, so you've answered the issues. And it says any addition to such a business could cause an additional hazard in the area, but as I understand it, there's no request to make any other additions other than.
No additions to the building, no change of use. It's going to operate the way it's been operating, basically.
Okay, so that's your case. Are there any other questions from the board? If not, is there a motion?
I move the hearing be closed, move the hearing be closed, the case placed on the decision calendar. When the board renders its decision, you will be notified.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you, Mr. Bonesso. You have another one?
I do.
Let me go and grab the chairman.
Next, we have case 22026 near Bethpage, Mr. Property Builders LLC, use variance subdivision of a map being part of the Levittown area with less than required front width, variances subdivision of lot, front width, maintained dwelling with attached garage,
Took me 3 weeks.
north side Harrison Avenue, 130 feet east of McCord Place, also known as 244 Harrison Avenue. We also have case 22126 near Bethpage, Mr. Property Builders LLC, use variance subdivision of a map being part of the Levittown area with less than required lot area and front width, variances subdivision of lot area, front width from and on street line to front setback line, construct dwelling with garage, north side Harrison Avenue, 189.63 feet east of McCord Place, and also case 22226 near Bethpage, Mr. Property Builders LLC, use variance subdivision of a map being part of the Levittown area with less than required lot area and front width, variances subdivision of lot area, front width from and on street line to front setback line, construct dwelling with garage, north side Harrison Avenue, 239.63 feet east of McCord Place.
You're the only one intending to get sworn in, Mr. Vanessa. No, you're the only one.
Sworn in and swore at.
But he's the only one who was already sworn in.
Yeah.
Good afternoon again, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. William Bonesso for Chelly Deegan Tirana, 333 Earl Ovington Boulevard, Uniondale, New York. Here on behalf of the applicant, Mr. Property Builders LLC. Seated to my right is Mr. Richard Ralph. He is a principal of Mr. Property Builders, and the LLC is, do you own it or are you a contract vendor? No, we own it. Okay, they are the owner of the subject premises, which is situated on the north side of Harrison Avenue in the basically the Bethpage area, albeit it's in the LPRD. Now, it's important to note that this property, while in the physical confines of the LPRD, was never on a old Levitt filed map. It is not one of the properties that was developed under the map, and as a result of that, it's somewhat distinguished from those properties. In fact, just to the north of this property is the former Northrop Grumman property that is industrially zoned and still.
Mr. Vanessa, repeat that again, if you would. It's not part of the Levitt filed map?
It is not. These lots, or this lot, it's a 159.63 foot wide parcel situated on the north side of Harrison Avenue. It is not, this is not a lot or lots that were part of an old filed map, a Levitt filed map. The LPRD is comprised of two things: a conglomeration of all of the Levitt filed maps, and then other lots that were never on Levitt maps, but nevertheless, they were added in so that there would be a complete perimeter, and all areas in between the Levitt maps would be complete, if you will. So it,
That became a level
that,
filed map.
and that became the LPRD. That became the Levittown Planned Residence District. So if you look in the zoning ordinance, you see the description of the LPRD contains a list of all the Levitt maps,
Yes.
but it also contains a meets and bounds description, which indicates all of the other properties that were not in Levitt maps, and this is one of those. And the reason why I say that there's a distinction to be made is that the quote unquote prohibition contained in the provisions references subdivision of a lot on a map in the LPRD.
Just the map without the Levitt filed map.
Correct. So that's why I say that this is actually, that's why I make the point that this is not on a Levitt filed map.
Understood.
And as such, the subdivision is not a subdivision of a Levitt mapped property. So that being said, it is a large property, the largest on the radius map, other than the industrial parcels to the north. And what it presently contains an existing residence and a shed in the northwest corner of the property. My client owns the property. They renovated that building, that existing house, and what they have proposed is a subdivision to create 2 additional parcels and maintain the existing house on the premises. The 2 existing, or rather the 2 proposed parcels would be 50 by 100 and I guess 100 and change maybe, but.
I didn't hear that last part.
Sorry, they'd be 50 by 100 basically. So they'd be 5,000 square feet as opposed to the 6,000 square feet required. They would have the depth that Levitt LPRD lots require, but they don't have the width and they don't have the area.
What would be the maintain, what's the maintain lot? It's a little larger. Do you
The
know?
maintain lot is a legal lot based upon the LPRD requirements. Yeah, it's 6,344.07 square feet, and it has 59.63 feet of width at the street, and in the rear, it's 67 feet across.
If this were a standalone lot, it would be a legal sized lot.
Correct.
Pursuant to LPRD requirements.
Correct.
Which one? The
The
maintain lot?
maintain house.
Right, that's the maintain. So the application, as I went through this with Mr. Ralph, and I'm going to have some questions for him in a moment, we looked at the radius map, and I pointed out to him that, you know, there's a 75 next door, a 75 next to that, a 75, and then there's a 60, a 70. There are some substandard lots, 50 by 100 on the corner of McCord and Harrison. There's a 48 by 100 on just to the south of that. There's a 45 foot wide lot to the south of that. On Wilford Street, there's a 50 by 100. So there is a mix of substandard lots that these lots would be in keeping with. And
Will we hear that from Mr. Nelson?
yes, you will.
I don't have to pay attention to you.
Well, now you can pay attention to Mr. Ralph, because what I want to talk to is, Mr. Ralph is, he's very active in his developments, and he goes to the community and he talks to the neighbors. So, Mr. Ralph, in connection with this application, did you go to Harrison Avenue and Wilford Street and McCord and have discussions with the neighbors?
Yes, I did. I went to the people that are directly adjoining the property
On which side?
on both sides.
Do you follow?
Let me ask you specifically. So let's start with lot number 4, the Phillip residence. You went to that house?
I went to that house.
And what was the
I
response
spoke to
there?
that family. Their main concern was if it was going to be something that could be converted into a 2-family house. Apparently, that's a problem
So,
over there.
and I think you responded by providing them,
Yes,
showing them plans for the house.
Yep,
And what did you highlight?
I highlighted the fact that it did not have a outside cellar entrance. I highlighted the fact that it only had a half a bath on the first floor. And I highlighted the fact that all the bedrooms were upstairs. It's a traditional colonial, for a family.
Do you live
And-
in the house? Is that your home or not? Okay.
No,
Is
he's
it a rental?
he's a
No,
builder.
I'm a builder.
He's a builder. No, he would accept a condition that all homes be owner occupied.
Oh, but the existing house, who lives in it?
Oh, no. You're talking
Who
about,
lives in this?
oh, the existing house or the Phillips
The
house?
existing house.
Nobody. I bought the whole thing, and I went to the town of Hempstead, got all my permits, redid the whole house, and it's sitting there vacant, pending a subdivision. I can't do anything with the house without a subdivision.
So you're not a contract vendee?
No, sir.
No, he owns the entire property.
The reason I asked you was, usually we hear neighbors expressing that concern if they think, or if they actually have or think they have had the experience of it being a rental. So that's why I was asking, and you said a basement, so, my question was mostly aimed at whether or not they think it's being used that way. Now, that's when people usually get that idea.
If the board were to grant the variances for the subdivision to permit the two new lots or the two new homes on two lots and maintain the existing house on the remainder lot, we would accept the standard conditions that the board imposes, including an agreement that the homes would be owner occupied.
So when you bought the house and you went to redo it, was there only one kitchen in it?
Correct.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you.
So now,
I went past there yesterday. There were a lot of trees on the property that, they're stumps at this point. Did you cut them down or?
did you do tree removal on the property?
The only tree removal we did was the trees that were hanging over the house and were a problem. But, and there was an in-ground pool in the back that had to be filled in. And there were some trees that were actually growing in the in-ground pool. And we did apply, we got our permission to, that's probably what you saw back there.
Thank you.
Now, you indicated that in terms of people who you spoke to who supported the application, the Casaurus residents at the corner, the northeast corner of McCord and McCord and Harrison, they
Yes.
supported it?
They're in favor of it, and they signed the petition.
Okay, how about,
I want to mark that. So you said which one?
yeah, I'm going to hand you up
The chorus.
I'm going to hand you up a radius map showing the signatures that were
Okay,
obtained.
but I want us to follow along.
Yeah, sure. So Casaurus, what about the Phillip residence next to that, adjacent to the
Those are
existing
the
residence?
folks that I was alluding to.
I can't quite hear him, if he could.
Just speak up.
Okay, those are the folks that I was alluding to before. I did speak to them, and they didn't offer any particular objection. I was, except the two-family, and I was very thorough with them in showing them the renderings, the makeup of the new houses room-wise, and, everything to do with it. I
Okay.
explained it to them.
On the other side of the lot, the Chiafalo residence. Speak with them.
I spoke to Mr. Giafalo, and he is definitely in favor of it, and he signed the petition.
Okay. On the south side of Harrison, Mr. Taylor on the corner of McCord Place, did you speak to him?
I spoke to Mr. Taylor. Mr. Taylor's on a 50 by 100 lot also, and he said to me, look, I would rather see two modest houses there if it's going to be developed.
Sultana, next to him?
Sultan, I had a very brief conversation with them. because they were on their way out to a party, but they said they'd be speaking to Mr. Taylor because I gave Mr. Taylor a copy of everything.
Okay.
And said what? You said they were on a party, they speaking to Mr. Taylor, I gave him copies, but you didn't say, I expected, and they're not against it, or, and they have questions, or,
They showed no inclination to be against it.
so they were just indifferent, we heard about it from Mr. Taylor, we gotta go.
Right, exactly.
The Chung residence directly across from the property?
Yeah, so Mr. Chung really is the person that would be the most affected by it because they would be directly across the street from him. And Mr. Chung signed the petition, and I have a copy of it right here.
Sign the petition just for the.
In favor of it? Yeah.
And did you speak to Mr. Murphy?
Mr. Murphy was never home. I tried.
All right. So I'm going to hand up for submission to the board a copy of a petition signed by Mr. Kousouris.
What about Mr. Mogadasi?
Mr. who?
Well, maybe I'm saying it right.
Oh, Mogadasi. Did you speak to this person?
I believe that's a rental house. I don't think he lives there.
Because I would have thought Mr. Chiafalo was the most affected, but.
Yeah.
You
And
said
he signed in support. So we
Yeah.
have Mr. Kousouris on the west side. We have Mr. Trufalo directly to the east, and we have
The
Mr.
indifferent sultanas.
And we have Mr. Chung directly across the street. And then based on the testimony provided by Mr. Ralph, we also know that Mr. Phillip, adjacent on the west side, and the sultanas were not opposed. So I'm going to hand that up, and I'm also including in this the things that, the radius map showing the 4 signatures obtained, and then the plans that were shown to the neighbors.
Sir, other than the Philip who expressed some concern about whether it would lend itself or otherwise be used as a 2-family or multifamily residence, has anyone said anything else to you other than what you've just told us when you reached out? Has anyone come by and said anything? Has anyone said, oh, I heard other people, or anything?
No, not really.
I mean, not really.
Were there any objections expressed?
There were no
to the subdivision?
objections. There were no objections. I went into very thorough detail with the renderings, the plans, the surveys, I mean, everything.
With the people you went to see, but I just was curious. Do you live anywhere near this?
I happen to live in Bethpage myself, yes.
I'm going to hand up some rendered images that we also have for the board's review.
Yes.
I just asked where you live because I figured you were kind of nearby, you were here through the grapevine.
Oh.
Marvin Gaye.
Unless the board has any questions of Mr. Ralph, I'm going to have the application move on to Mr. Nelson.
And just so I'm sure, I'm looking at plans for what I believe to be house 1 and 2 of the proposed structures. They seem to be identical, is that it? Am I looking at that correctly?
Yeah, they'll have different color schemes, but yes, they'll
Different
have
colors.
different color schemes, but,
Right.
yeah.
Okay, but otherwise same.
Yes.
Correct. All right, then if I may, I'd like to call upon Barry Nelson. Mr. Nelson is a real estate appraiser who's appeared before this board hundreds of times and provided testimony and been qualified as a real estate expert. I would ask him to provide his opinion in the narrative, please.
Mr. Nelson, since Mr. Nelson, this is the last time you testified before this board. Have there been any changes to your qualifications?
No.
Okay, you're qualified as an expert to give this board testimony as to real estate valuations, and closely related topics.
Thank you. For the record, it's Barry Nelson, 220 Pettit Avenue, Belmont, New York, 11710.
Thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Calabrini.
Mr. Vanessa, regarding the petition that was submitted, it doesn't say who submitted it.
What do you mean, who's?
I'm sorry?
It doesn't,
May I approach?
sure.
Turn off your thing, Joe, because if it's on the.
I'm out of here. I can't deal with this. All right, we're out of here. Move this shit. I don't know.
I'll just ask you a few questions, Mr. Bernat.
You know,
Mr. Bernat, so you've handed into the board certain signatures of what I believe are neighboring residents that were collected. They contain a paragraph or two, all identical on each sheet. Do you want to tell us what they are, who collected them, and what you're offering them for?
Mr. Ralph, you personally walked those letters, petition letters, if you will, to the neighbors, and did you witness them sign each one?
Yes, they signed it right in front of me.
Okay, and those people were Mr. Kosuris or I don't know if it's Mr. Kokoris on the northeast corner of McCord and Harrison. There was this resident, I don't know the name of this resident. Who was it? It is the second house on the east side of McCord Place, lot number house number 404, lot number 2 on the map. Just looking.
You may have handed it off.
May I ask, Mr., I apologize, sir.
Ralph.
Mr. Ralph, you wrote the two paragraphs that are on each petition and they're all identical?
I prepared the 2 paragraphs and provided it to Mr. Ralph.
Okay, one quick thing. It says the applicants explain the application, and another portion of it, it says, we have reviewed the plot plan showing the proposed to be created. So it's your testimony that Mr. Vanessa wrote this, you took it around, and with that, you showed people the plot plans referenced and explained anything they needed to know. Okay, we'll accept these in evidence.
And there is a copy of the radius map in that package with the highlighted, with the lots that signed the petition highlighted.
Thank you. Does that answer all the questions? Okay.
Okay, then if I will, I'll have Mr. Nelson provide his testimony.
thank you. No. Yes, I handed in several exhibits, packets of photographs of the subject property and the surrounding uses.
Hold on, I have one more, exhibit 9, also guys.
That is a partial copy of the Town of Hempstead zoning map number 29. And the last exhibit
Number 10.
is aerial view of the subject property.
Number 11.
Photographs taken by myself. Yes.
We'll accept all those exhibits. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Is the filed map?
No, sir.
No.
A zoning map is by the Town of Hempstead. A filed map is a developer's map that they filed with the county of Nassau County Clerk.
Thank you.
So briefly, the subject area is a unique area. We have former Grumman property to the north, which is the industrial zone depicted on the partial copy of the Town of Hempstead zoning map.
No.
The subject property and the residential parcels in the area were formerly residential B zone. This is generally east of Hicksville, Massapequa Road. If you look at the radius map as well as the zoning map, just to the east, a little bit further east, would be the town of Hempstead, town of Oyster Bay zone. Central Park Avenue to the south, most of that properties on the south side would be business zone, business development. In fact, the block front to the southwest from Harris Avenue and west of McCord Place to Hicksville, Massapequa Road is all business zone as well. The area that I just described, Hicksville, Massapequa Road, the Grumman property to the north, Oyster Bay, Town of Oyster Bay line to the east, and Central Park Avenue to the south. Levitt did not develop any of the homes in that area. Never part of the original development, did not include any of his residences, and he did not develop any parcels in the area. In fact, many of those parcels were built in the early 1920s, 1930s, like the subject parcel itself. There has been introduction over the years of some new houses, as well as the renovation and expansion of the original older houses. The applicant comes before the board to construct 2 modest colonials and maintain the existing dwelling on a lawful lot. The 2 new houses would be on 50 by 100s. They'll be colonials, center hall colonials that have 1-car garages internal and driveways for adequate off-street parking. The character of the neighborhood, as I mentioned, industrial to the north, Hicksville, Massapequa Road to the west, the business development further south of Central Park Avenue. I did come up with several subdivisions in the area, one subdivision in the area. That would be the northwest corner of McCord Place and Harrison, which is a 40 by 100, 4,000 square foot parcel. And that was a single lot. It came off, I believe, the parcel to the west, which is partially in a business zone.
That's not on our map, but can you just tell me
The northwest corner,
McCord?
McCord Place and Harrison Avenue.
It is on your map. It's the
Tax
last
lot.
parcel on McCord, or adjacent to McCord. To
Number 2?
That
Yes,
is correct.
That was subdivided when, Mr. Nelson?
That was on the case, and it was only that parcel because the one to the west was lawful. Case 452, August 8th, 1984, by Eastland Estates.
All right.
I have another one in the area which is outside the radius, if the board would like to know. It was at the northeast corner of Carey Street, which is on your map, and Central Park Avenue. And that was 2 lots in the LPRD district by the same developer, Eastland Estates, under cases 103 and 104, February 29th, 1984. It would be, as I mentioned, just outside the radius, northeast corner of Carey and Central Park Avenue. Proved those 2 lots were 70 by 75. One was 5,342 square foot. That was the corner parcel. And the one interior, 5,535 square feet. They are known now as 554 Carey Street and 562 Carey Street.
Mr. Nelson?
Yes, sir.
The subdivisions that you just cited that were granted by the board, that was in a Residence B zone, I imagine, not
No, sir.
PRD?
They were LPRD district. LPRD district came about,
1975, was it?
let me just give you the date when it was introduced. It was effective 12/29/1975. Both of those cases, which I just mentioned, were in 1984, and the cards will indicate they were in the LPRD district.
Thank you.
I do have one last one, which was a unique parcel. It's just outside the radius. It's southwest of the subject property, and it would be just west of Hicksville, Massapequa Road. And that was a single lot, but it was subdivided from the adjacent parcels, and that would have been under case 970, 2005. It was a hearing date 11/30/2005. It was on the north side of Edner Avenue, west of Wanter Avenue, and that created a lot of 40 by 100. It is outside the area, but it's in the LPRD district.
So could you give me a breakdown of how many parcels within 100 feet there are, and how many are or were 50 by 100? And then do the same for 100-foot radius and the 300-foot radius, so we have the percentages.
I have my radius, hold on. So what you have within the 100 radius, you have one parcel, which would be at the southeast corner of Harris Avenue and McCord Place, which is a 50 by 100.
That's one parcel out of, how many in the 100-foot radius?
Not including the subject lot, 9 parcels total.
Okay.
And then you have an additional one on the northwest corner of McCord Place and Harrison in 200 foot. You have one on the west side of Wilford Street, south of Harrison, and that would be in the 200-foot radius. And then you have 3 on the east side of McCord Place, south of Harrison Avenue. So,
Still within the 200-foot?
yes.
Okay.
So you have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parcels that are in the radius.
And how many?
And I'm not saying that it's an overwhelming, but what we have is a substantially unique area. There are no other parcels that lend, what do you have a total of?
18 as I count them.
Yes, sir. But they exist. And
Residential, 18 residential lots.
right, you do have business, some business.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, what the applicant is offering is to build a reasonable colonial for an area that was never developed by Levitt. In the alternative, you can build one big McMansion is what most people don't want in the LPRD district anymore. We have a property that abuts Grumman. We have Lowe's within walking distance, if that matters. We have Oyster Bay to the east that formerly was an R16 zone that allowed for 2-family dwellings, and you have 3 2-family dwellings on the north side of Harrison Avenue, number 206, 212, and 218 Harrison.
Right. That's
Correct, but it's part of the character of the neighborhood, and I remembered that a neighborhood is not just made up with the 200-foot radius. It includes the adjacent properties and nearby properties. So what we have is 3 2-families on 75 by 100s. We have commercial, we have residential, industrial. So with this application, in fact, you got a nightclub bar at the southwest corner of McCord Place and Harrison Avenue. That was approved for a public assembly and cabaret music. Currently, it's for sale, but that's a commercial property in this neighborhood. So what the applicant is requesting, in my opinion, considering the entire community, and I didn't go too much further than what's on the radius map, we have 2 colonials that will sell for, believe it or not, close to $1 million apiece. New homes, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths with a basement, provide reasonable housing for the area, and in my opinion, it's not going to be detrimental to property values, the character of the neighborhood, and so on. All municipal services are available to the site. It's accessible but for emergency vehicles directly right onto the main arterial road to the west. Thank you.
That's our direct presentation. Just to summarize, again, we are talking about 2 modest homes that would be very much in keeping with the pattern of development in the area. We have all of the most affected neighbors have either signed a letter in favor or expressed personally to Mr. Ralph that they do not oppose. or they are not here and have not opposed. So at worst, we have no opposition whatsoever indicated before the board, and we do have affirmative support for the application from the most affected neighbors. So based on that, based upon Mr. Nelson's testimony and the willingness to accept appropriate conditions, including that all three properties be owner occupied in the future, my client is requesting the approval of the board. And lastly, Nassau County Planning Commission issued a local determination.
I'm still, Mr. Vanessa, would appreciate if you could, I'm still not completely understanding the issue about the Levitt map saying no property shall have more than one dwelling, and the relationship between the Levitt map, the Levitt plan, the zoning map, and if you could
Sure.
elaborate on that.
It's section 193, lot area and density, and it's subsection D. It says, no more than one single family dwelling shall be erected on any lot on any map being part of the Levittown area as defined in this article. That has been taken by the town as a prohibition on subdividing these properties, which is why a use variance is indicated. The distinction that I'm making is that if these were lots on a filed map that were part of the old Levitt filed maps, that provision would apply. But these are not lots on any map that was made a part of the Levittown area, and the Levittown area is in capitals because it's defined in the beginning of the chapter as the combination of the Levitt maps and the other properties. So,
Are you saying, I'm sorry, are you saying the two proposed new lots are not lots on any map, or even the whole property?
the entire property, this whole area is not part of a Levitt filed map, of a Levitt map. And as such, based on this language, it's not, it should not be considered part of that prohibition. And I mean, listen, I can go back to Terra Homes and the project that occurred in, Gisato and the properties on Heron, and what was the other one?
I'll think of it in a second.
Those were lots on old filed Levitt maps, and they were never deemed to be use variances. Sure, I can provide those. Yeah, I can provide those.
Yeah, so you're saying that's synonymous with your situation?
No.
No, we're saying those were actually, this is better because it's not on a Levitt filed map.
Yeah, if you could, for my education, because I
Sure.
feel like I know as much about this as.
Sure.
On my tongue, that's not.
No problem. Thank you.
Do we want to get into the zoning maps now? Do we want to discuss the zoning maps?
Yeah, I know. That's our presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else here to be heard on this matter? Are there any other questions from the board then? If not, is there a motion?
I move the hearing be closed, case placed on the decision calendar. When the board renders its decision, you will be notified.
Second? All in favor? Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice day. Christina, thank you very much.
Christina?
Sorry, I had to ask you to do that. Thank you.
My pleasure. I didn't want it was blocking my view of you.
Mr. Vanessa, do you want to just send those citations to Council to work?
Sure. citation, you mean the product
I just want to understand those scenarios that are sort of similar, but even less easy to consider.
Yeah,
So that I can fully understand how this.
Next, we have cases 22326 through 23226 East Meadow, Shake Shack, New York LLC. Install non-permitted double-face illuminated directional sign over 2 square feet per face stating drive-through in conjunction with proposed Shake Shack sign F. Install non-permitted double-face illuminated directional sign over 2 square feet per face stating thanks for swinging by in conjunction with proposed Shake Shack sign G. Install non-permitted canopy sign stating order here in conjunction with proposed drive-through window. Install a second non-permitted canopy sign stating order here in conjunction with proposed drive-through window. Install non-permitted detached clearance bar with the words drive-through mounted atop. Install non-permitted clearance bar in conjunction with the proposed drive-through with the words drive-through mounted atop. Install non-permitted detached illuminated menu board sign in conjunction with proposed drive-through window. Install second non-permitted detached illuminated menu board sign in conjunction with the proposed drive-through window. Install non-permitted detached illuminated preview sign in conjunction with proposed drive-through window. Install second non-permitted double-face illuminated directional sign over 2 square feet per face stating drive-through, also known as 1902 Hempstead Turnpike. Thank you. Thank you. Excuse me. Can you please stand? Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Please take a seat. State your name and address for the record.
My name is Paula Ruiz. For the record, the address is 435 Brook Avenue, Deer Park, New York, 11729.
Yours were, yes. You just make sure you speak loudly and slowly in the microphone.
Okay.
It's much harder to hear up here than is always. And by the way, so how are you involved with Shake Shack? You're just the expediter, or you're a manager, or?
Yes, we are the sign company, Universal Signs.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead and present your case.
The proposed signage is for Shake Shack located at 1902 Hempstead Turnpike, East Meadow. We are proposing the following signs. Sign F, it's a directional sign located in the northeast corner. Sign G, a directional sign located on the southwest corner of the lot. Sign N is a directional sign on the southeast corner. Each of these signs have 3 square feet per face and a total of 3 feet high.
Each of them has what?
3 square feet per face.
How many of them have that size?
How many? Three directional signs.
The 3 directional signs have 3 feet.
3 feet high. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you both. Of those, I'm just trying, there's a lot of cases here, so I just want to see, I'm trying to group them. So there's 3 signs that fit into the parameters you're telling us now, right?
Correct.
And they're all directional signs.
3 directional signs.
And I'm sorry, you said a couple of times I just didn't hear you.
It's
what
okay.
The size is.
Each of them have 3 square feet per face.
Okay.
One of them is single-sided. 2 of them are double-sided. And all of them have 3 feet high.
3 feet to the top of the sign?
From the ground to the top.
And are all of them interior lit, I take it?
Yes.
Okay. All of them have a max height of 3. Okay. All right. Install non-permitted over 2 feet square. Well, that's odd wording. Over 2. Oh, because 2 is the allowable, Ms. First? The way it's worded, it says install non-permitted double face illuminated. The first sign says directional sign over 2 square feet per face stating drive-through. I don't know. I'm very confused. Maybe we should do them one at a time. Yeah, I see it says over 2 feet. Give me 1 second. Yeah, but maybe the rule is 2, and so like if it's allowed 15, they'll say it's over 15, then we have to sort out what it actually is. Give me 1 second. Here's what I would rather do. I'm going to go through as it is here while Ms. First is looking at some of the stuff because she's one of our top plans examiners. So I'm just going to go through here just because you know the case better than we do. So the first one, shh, Joe, not quite so loud, please. Install non-permitted double-faced illuminated directional sign over 2 square feet per face stating drive-through. Okay, so that's one sign, right?
Correct.
Okay, so let's do that sign first. So that's the we'll call that the drive-through sign. Is that one of the ones that's 3 square feet on the
Yes.
face? With all the attributes you've described a moment ago?
Yes.
3 feet high, etc.
Yes.
In conjunction with proposed shake effect. That says sign number F, sign
Letter
designated
F,
F.
yes.
Next one, install non-permitted double-faced illuminated directional sign, also over 2 square feet per face stating, thanks for swinging by. That we're going to use as sign number 2. Is this one of the ones that fit into those parameters you've described?
Correct. Yes.
3 feet face, 3 feet high. Okay. That's sign G.
Yes.
Third one, install non-permitted canopy sign stating order here in conjunction with the proposed drive-through. Tell us about that sign, which we'll call the order here sign.
That's a ground sign that is on the drive-through.
Okay. It's not one of the 3 that you described
Directional.
earlier.
No, that's different.
It says order here. It doesn't, other than being non-permitted, it doesn't indicate what's the size of that sign, what's the height of it, just so we have the parameters.
Okay.
If you know. I don't think it was rejected for its size, so I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. Becky, when it says non-permitted canopy sign stating order here, but no other parameters such as site, I'm presuming that means it doesn't violate any of the other parameters allowable, right? Okay, so listen, you don't have to start digging through materials.
Okay.
Let's just go through them. The next one I have listed here, for lack of a better way to approach this, install second non-permitted canopy sign stating order here in conjunction with the proposed drive-through. Also, it doesn't have anything else, so it's just going to be another order here sign. Next, install non-permitted detached clearance bar with the words drive-through mounted atop. That's number 5. That doesn't appear to have any other, so we'll call it drive-through bar. Is there anything else you need to tell me about that one?
It's 2 signs. It's 2 of the same clearance bars on the drive-through.
Okay, well, let's go through them and see if it shows 2, and if not, we'll clarify.
Okay.
Because that's installed, non-permitted. Okay. Next, words drive-through, mounted atop. That was that one. Install non-permitted clearance bar. This must be your second one.
Yes.
In conjunction, drive-through with the words drive-through mounted atop. So that's times 2. The next one is non-permitted detached aluminum menu board in conjunction with the drive-through. Nothing else seems to be notable on that one.
That's correct, yes.
Next one, install second non-permitted detached aluminum menu board. Anything else we need to know about that one?
No, that's 2 signs, 2 menu boards on the drive.
Okay, install non-permitted detached aluminum preview sign for the proposed drive-through. Anything else we need to know about that?
No.
Install second non-permitted double-faced aluminum directional. This must be the third directional you referred to earlier.
Yes.
That one says over 2 square feet, and that one says drive-through. That's the 3 feet square, 3 feet tall directional,
Yes.
right?
Yes, that's correct.
And that's the extent of the signs.
Yes.
Have we covered all of them?
Yes, you have.
Okay. Is there any other information you need to give us about the signs?
Yes, I would like to mention briefly that this section of Hempstead Turnpike contains numerous drive-through restaurants, and most of them have the same format of ground signs. We feel that this project is keeping the character of the neighborhood, and the proposed signage aligns closely with those patterns that other similar businesses have. The scale is appropriated for the building and for the lot, and the signage will ensure that the public can easily be guided through this location, especially given that the Shake Shack is a new building in the town. To conclude, we feel that this request is not a detriment to the neighborhood and is very similar to many other drive-through restaurants such as Sonic, Wendy's, or Chick-fil-A existing on the same road.
And there's only 2 menu boards, right? Not 3.
Too many boards.
Okay. Is there anything else you wish for us to know? I understand, it's in character with the rest of the place.
That's it. I have a full set of drawings here if you need it, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
I'm sorry, you have what, an approved set of drawings?
Drawings.
Oh, do we have them already in the file?
You should, but
All right, if we have them, we don't need another.
okay.
All right, are there any other questions from anyone on the board? All right, if not, is there a motion?
I move the hearing be closed, the case placed on the decision calendar. When the board renders its decision, you will be notified.
Second? All in favor? Thank you. Have a
Thank
nice day.
you. Have
Sorry
a
you
good
had to wait
night.
so long.
Did you?
Sure. Do we even need to say anything? I don't need to close, right? Because we're gonna come back. For the new car, got the suit, I love you, thank you so much. So, let's see. Hold- Okay, should we do that one when we get to 103? Okay, so case 217 of 2026, which is 2816 Lynn Drive in Belmore. It's called and we'll deal with those together with case 103 of 2026, which affects the same property, 2816 Len Drive in Belmore. This is a case which the applicant needed certain relief to maintain a second-story deck and stairs attached to the dwelling, along with relief on the front yard average setback to construct a portico with a stoop and a two-story addition, both attached to the dwelling. I have a note here, someone mentioned no enclosure. Is there any discussion as relates to these two cases? Let's hear any discussion and or any motions.
I make a motion on case 217 of 26 and case 103 of 26 be granted as requested with the condition that any non-enclosures remain open.
Second? Second. All in favor? Aye. Okay. Moving to case 218 of 2026, Island Park, 1146 Bayport Corp. This property is at 500 Long Beach Road near our Island Park. The CEQA determination was not made. Do we have any discussion on this amongst the members of the board? If not, do we have a motion?
Yeah.
And that would be first a CEQA motion.
Yeah, I move case 21826. I move that we adopt a negative declaration as to the CEQA determination based on the testimony given, exhibits in the file, and other materials we have reviewed and analyzed.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
One note here, he mentioned, Christine, I don't know if you were in the room, that they were already covenants, et cetera, and that he would add any other conditions. He also said that he would add the condition that there be no vehicles parked or stored in the front yard setback. So everything, work happens in the building, cars are all within the enclosure, but he said that they are not planning to and will add the condition they will not park or store cars. I think the only reason the condition's important is not for him, but if he sells the property, because he has no intention of it. So I apologize, John, for interrupting, but go ahead.
It's okay. Based on your recommendations, I move 21826 with the conditions that were implemented by the town board.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yes. Yes. I have 11 needed, 4 provided. No 4 provided. 11 parcels, 11 spot variance because the 4.
We're this close to getting out of it.
We can't, it's not even
We're this
one
close.
count.
Just
Like,
so
you
we
know,
go
sure,
through
yard,
all of
yard,
They
already,
drag this
and then they
stuff.
count.
all.
So it's basically, it's
Like them
captured
all.
a waiver that would actually provide score, but it needs to be.
Shocked.
But it's a
I'm
little
gonna
bit
get out
different
of here
because
before,
usually
make it 3:45. Maybe I won't hit traffic like this.
in this case.
So you're gonna get picked up at your house?
I don't know, I gotta call them tomorrow.
Okay. So I think we granted.
What, either way, I can't even take the train.
It's up to you, but that's
Because it's
okay.
not,
Yeah.
Let's see, case number 219 of 26 was adjourned to 6/3. Case 220 of 2026, 221 of 2026, and 222 of 2026. Those 3 cases go together. Those are all titled Mr. Property Builders LLC. They affect the property, located at 244 Harrison Avenue near Bethpage. No CEQA determination has been made as to those 3 cases. I would think that we might want to hold those, given that the chairman's not here, and he may have some input as to if we need, and I assume there are members who might want to go and take a look at the property. So we'll put those on reserve. The next case we have here is 223 cases through 232 of 2026 in East Meadow. Those are all signed, 9 signed cases related to the Shake Shack. That's located at 1902 Hempstead Turnpike in East Meadow. Do we have any discussion as it relates to these cases? And if not, do we have a motion?
I don't think I agree, it should be, Shake Shack.
Yeah,
Oh, we can't-
we're on Shake Shack already.
you wanna do that?
We're holding the
Jan
others.
wanted to make a statement on that.
Shake Shack?
I just think they should bring coupons.
I like Shake Shack. Well, then I make a motion on case 223 to 232 of 26 East Meadow Shake Shack, New York, located at 1902 Hempstead, to be approved as requested, temporary with signed conditions.
Same, second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So we go to the reserve.
Yay.
Okay, yeah, we have a very short reserve. I inspected, okay, but there's not, the office has no additional information on reserve. Does anyone else? We have very little there, so I wouldn't be surprised. How about administrative? Nothing administrative? Christina, none? Anyone else have anything? Okay, any motion to adjourn for the day?
Motion to close.
I move that
Second?
we close
All
the
in
hearing
favor?
and adjourn.
Hey, buddy, take it easy.
Uh-oh.